Good evening. It's Monday night at 7 o'clock, and I'm here for Mental Mind Treatments. I'm just going to ring my bell and read the card that came out of the guidebox today. We've had this one before, but I think it's very important because it talks about control. And people who are controllers often don't want to admit that. But anyway, it says, and I apologize for my voice, and hopefully it will even out. When I let go of trying to control, I find myself more in control. And that is actually very, very true. On the other side, so I'll put this up while I read the other side. I hope you can read that. When I let go of trying to fix others, I can begin loving me. So that one is this one with the spanner. Can't fix other people. Even people like me who do a lot of work with others, you don't fix them. For me, it's all about transforming the energy so they understand that a little bit more. So it's really good. I trust you all had a good day today. I had a very busy day. I was very excited because I was able, I'll leave my little bell out of the way here. I was very excited because I was able to do one of my new subconscious clearing sessions today. And that always makes me feel absolutely, I'm always fascinated by it because it's so different from it's not that different from what I do, but it's different and it's exciting. So I find that that's exciting. But it seemed like the day was busy with one thing after another. Phone calls, lots of phone calls. Anyway, I did have, before I come to the the chat line, I did have some people who texted me or phoned. So I'm going to start off with a friend of mine and who sent me a text asking for acceptance and a calm mind, and actually wrote back to her and said, well, what is this? And she feels like a lot of people do sometimes when winter is beginning to come. We have had a situation where we want to heal and we want to heal well, and things take time sometimes. I asked her for 3 numbers, and bless her, she'd sent me 3 numbers. And I've got 3, 5, and a 21, and I wanted to address those first before we do the treatments. 3 is about love, and this is about self-love. And love to me is acceptance of the situation, acceptance of what's happening. And 5 is really, to me, because I know this person, it feels like remembering what you know. Remembering what you have learned, remembering how that works and how that all comes together, because then you have balance. And when you have balance, you will have the acceptance and the calm mind so the healing can happen. So we're just going to move into the treatment. I know there is one power and there is one essence in all things and in each one of us individuals. And therefore, I speak my word for my friend Eleanor that she accepts herself, her ability to heal herself, her ability to see beyond, and I'm going to call it the horizon, to expand and to know that the knowledge that she has inside of her, which seems to be all wrapped up very tight, can be let go and released. And as it is released, that knowledge, that awareness, that sense of comes and everything falls into balance. I really feel that new goals, new aspirations, a new project of some kind would help to bring the healing, but also calm the mind, because it gives it a place to go to, not to be with all the things that healing bring about inside, but a new project, a new awareness, a new perception. But I still feel, is that the knowledge that you have can be implemented. And it's kind of like I want to call up, it's not like a volcano, it's going to go pew, but it's like calling up those things that you've loved, those things that you love to do, those things that have brought pleasure, a sense of satisfaction, and all those that bring into and take the tiredness and the achy and the dispirited element away. So it's joyous and exciting to give you impetus to look forward to the future, to look forward to the healing, to look forward to the growth, because it's balancing. It balances what you know and what you can learn. It's balancing more of how things can come together. And it's like I almost see 21 is the world. And I can see it as almost like a globe. And it's like, this is your world. How do you want it to shine? How do you want it to manifest? And so it's not about just thinking about it. It's about doing it, being it. And I really feel, dig into your bag of goodies, dig into your bag of tricks that, not really tricks, but you know what I mean? That knowledge that you have there, dig into it. Which ones did you really love doing? Which ones did you really enjoy being a part of? And just breathe it in and allow it just to come in and be, because you're ready to rebalance, because deep down you really love yourself. And in loving yourself, you can implement what you already know. So we give thanks for this. We give thanks as we release this, knowing that it is true, that healing, acceptance, calmness, but also balancing is done as you move forward day by day by day, feeling stronger, more effective, and remembering. I give thanks as I release this, knowing that it is true, it is done, and so it is. Okay, guys, keep patient a little bit here with me while I just run to a couple more here. Then those are done. This is, and I saw something that Kayla had also written something, but she had talked to me, so I'm just a little, here we go. She's just giving me another prayer for another person. Okay, this is for Kayla herself. She's asked for radical trust and complete. I don't know what I wrote down here. And completion, I wrote and complete in your life. So you need some completion. It says release anything that's in the way. She gave me 3 numbers, 10, 15, and 6, or maybe I wrote those. I'm not sure. There's change. There's change coming here. And fear has to be let go of. There can be no fear about anything. In other words, when it says release anything that's in the way, you've got to know there's nothing in the way, that all is clear. Because otherwise, because you worry or you're concerned, it binds those things. It binds them together. And that's where we get the 15 and the 6 from. It gets confusing and uncertain, and we get bound up, where really things are just turning. Trusting the process is really big. And you say radical trust. And I'm just going to treat on that, because this is all about not letting go the fears or the anxieties. What a waste of energy, basically. I'm a little tired, so forgive the comment. I know there is one power and one essence, and I also know that Kayla is connected to this power and the essence and can use it effectively, as well as anyone else. I therefore know, having trust in the process of letting go and letting God is the absolute. To know that no matter what, it is in divine order and divine awareness. So there is nothing to really release, because it is absolutely in its correct, proper and determined place as all things work out. So there is when we talk about radical trust, it's just trust. Trust the process of life. Trust the process of what people have to go through. Concentrate on yourself to trust your health, your awareness, your beginningness, and not let that mind go into anywhere other than seeing the end result that you absolutely want. I know this is effective. I know that you know how to do this. I know that it is absolutely there for you, but you're the key. And so, in being the key in the changes that are happening, is just trust that it all is how it is because of all the energies that are involved. Just allow it to be, and know that you are loved for you, and that no matter what, it always works out, even if we don't know how it's going to work out. We just trust that, trust it. And so we know that it all is in one thing. And so I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks in knowing that Kayla uses what she knows easily. And she lets go and trusts the process that she knows so well. Okay, one more. And this is for Kayla's future daughter-in-law's daughter. So we got here. I think I might have put these numbers up. I got 4, 17, and 2, which is really about letting go of fear, letting go of stubbornness, letting go of all those things, and coming into balance, because decisions have not been made yet. You see, it's very difficult to predict an outcome until the decisions are made. And in this situation, it's around the daughter's passport, the decision has not been made. It is not in effect. So we just need to trust, if we go back to that word again, that the appropriate decision will be made so that everything clears for the end result that is desired. So I'm just going to treat and trusting. I know that I speak my word. I didn't get her name actually, but Diamond's daughter's passport will be where it needs to be for her to create what it is she wants to create. I know that the steps will be taken no matter how it looks. I feel like there's a bit of a wall to climb over, but it's like knowing and timing is an interesting thing. And I need to talk about this because I feel everyone wants to rush this, but I don't feel that's the answer. I feel that you need to trust the timing, that the timing is appropriate and it will resolve itself in the appropriate timing. So don't try and outthink the timing. God's timing is God's timing. So trusting that as you move forward and going in the direction of where you want to go. I give thanks in knowing that all is in its absolutely correct place. Decisions will be made that need to be made. And so everyone will be happy, contented, and feel great about when and what the eventual outcome is. Just going to take some time. Okay, and Kayla was on again saying she wants please say a prayer for Peter. It has found a mass of the size of a baseball in his abdomen, and he will have some exploratory investigations. It is located in a difficult place for a biopsy. Okay, so I'm just going to make a note of that. I just feel here, somehow I feel that this whole thing is appropriate for Peter. I don't know, because I don't know the man, I don't think anyway, is that you don't know the other things that have been going on. And this is an outpicturing of other things that have gone on in his life, maybe even 5, 7 years ago, that were never absolutely resolved inside. This is an opportunity to release, an opportunity to create, and to move forward. So as I move into treatment for Peter, there is an element of letting go here, of a relaxing and coming into the present instead of living in the past. By being present and recognizing that everything that has occurred is because something was not let go back there. And then just coming to peace in the moment, recognizing there is one power, there is one time, there it is now time. And in that now time, letting go of everything that's unresolved. Everything where we wished or hoped or prayed it was different, but it isn't, because whatever was decided, whatever was done back there. So it's a letting go. And Peter's having strength to let go the past. And in letting go the past, he comes into a new alignment in the present. I give thanks in knowing that the answer is very clear, and that his knowingness that whatever is bothering him can just be let go of and be present as he moves forward into his life. And I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks in the creation for this, knowing that everything is exactly how it needs to be. Okay. Oh, yeah, so it is. Sorry, I'm high as tell you, a little bit of tiredness makes it interesting life. Karen, my dear. Greetings, Norma. Thank you. I really enjoyed your Sunday thought. And she's got 11. Hang on, I got to write something else first. 11, 3, and 1. Thank you for the regarding the Sunday thought. Yes. Sometimes I do get a little inspired on things. Okay. As I tune in to Karen and feel the supportive energy, I am attracted to the number 11 because that is the commitment to the decision. And I vaguely remember I was talking about a decision that you had made, letting go. The commitment to a decision through love of self, love of life, love of God, allows the new beginnings to really take place. And just to explain a little more about decision, because a lot of my work deals with decisions people have made throughout time. When we make a decision, that is just the decision. Let's say I want to go on a trip and I decide I'm going to go on a trip. But until I book my ticket, I'm not committed. It's just a nice thought. So the 11 is the commitment to the decision. It is taking the steps. It is doing what needs to be done to activate the decision. And this is done with love because number one is all things are possible, but it has to have movement. There has to be some form of movement in it. You can love something, you can want something, you can dream for Tomorrowland, but it's got to have a practical step. You've got to do something in a practical way that activates it. And then when it's activated and you go through that, then you get to enjoy the results of that. You get to see the results. So then I book my flight wherever I'm going to go. Then I go and I get join my flight there and whatever I'm doing, let's just say, and then we come back. So let me just see, Karen, what we've got here for you. I know there is one power and there is one essence, and I know that Karen has moved and changed and moved into a new, we'll call it dynamic. But I also know now comes crunch time. Now we got to just do what we got to do. And in doing what we got to do is to recognize that love is there every step of the way. And because love is there, all things are possible because they'll be showing what you need to do. It's like stewing, it's like winding a big pot around a stew or something. It's all there, but it needs action. And so I know that the power of the love will give you the action, the strength, the purpose, the awareness to move forward in the action of being. And I just feel joy through my heart. I just feel joy and excitement through my eyes in watching, it's almost like a project coming together. It's like watching it expand and grow and be. So I give thanks in this knowing. I give thanks for Karen. I give thanks for the direction she's moving in. I give thanks and knowing that everything is possible for you. It just needs action and moving forward. And so we release this thought knowing it is true, and it is done by saying, and so it is. Yes. Okay. Lori. Hi, she says, hi, numbers. My numbers are 3, 6, and 19. Oh, okay. 6 is the issue. You don't put the issue up there, but that's the number shows that. Okay, Miss Lori, let's see what we get here. I feel that you have this bigness of heart and the love and understanding the love vibration, not only for yourself, but for others. But there's a little but there. There is a confusion as to how, I'm going to say, how far do you go with that? How much do you give yourself up in loving and doing for others, or for a cause, or for whatever it is you have on your mind? I feel that your power gets diminished because you're not coming from that love place for yourself. Now, don't get me wrong here. I can hear everybody's thoughts going, what? Don't help other people. No, that's not it. It's how you go about it. It's about holding your personal power and moving forward with love, being appropriate in situations. You don't go, we talked about controller in that card tonight. I think it was the other side I wanted. When you let go of trying to fix others, I can begin loving me. That is synonymous of what I'm feeling here, is that you want so much to help, to heal, to show, or whatever. Just a minute, I have to have a little drink of my elixir here. Not wine, just so my voice will work. Once you let go of how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to be, you're on the way. It's like you've got all the pieces, but the one that's important is your heart and just being with you, not fixing, not wanting and having even a desired outcome for someone else. It is one of the toughest things to stay in your own power when you want to help, to listen to you, what is perfect for you. This is a little off because I haven't really gone into treatment on this, but I know today I had to say to somebody, I'm unable to help you the way you want to be helped right at this time, because it didn't fit in with where I am at and what has to happen. Doesn't mean I didn't want to. Doesn't mean I've already looked at my calendar to figure out how I can. But the thing is, you got to look after number one, and you're number one, because you want to move into this new world, this new sense of you, this growth for you. So we're going to I'm just going to treat here for a sense of purpose of self. I know there is one power, and I know that power and that strength lies within Lori. And I also know that as moving forward, it is done with ease and grace as they look after themselves. I'm presuming this is a lady, but it may not be, because that name can go both ways. But anyway, so it's like, it feels female to me. So it's like that movement forward is to make sure that your feet are on the ground, you know where you're heading, but you also accept other people's fragilities, can I call it? Their fragilities. You can't always help everybody's fragilities until they're absolutely ready to look at them, see them, and know them. So I give thanks in knowing that Lori is got the power, because she does, because she understands how love works. But now we're stepping into a different dimension of understanding and loving and caring, so that there's just so much movement once you do that. There's so much seeing what's real and what isn't. It's just heaven. I give thanks in knowing this for Laurie. I give thanks in knowing that it is movement in such a whole different direction of growth and progress and connection that love totally does bound. And I give thanks as I release this thought, knowing that it is true and it is done. And so I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen. Okay. Maggie, let's see what we got here. Hello. Hi, Norma. I like the card you read tonight. I do have an issue with control. My numbers are 6, 7, and 9. Control usually comes from fear. We don't know what we're going to do if it doesn't work out the way we want, so we're all nervous. And 6 kind of explains that a little bit because we just talked about 6. But it's like a willingness to let go and trust more the inner process will take you from this, will show you the way because you trust you. This is about trust. This is about not trying to figure it out in your head, but coming into the essence of who you are. I know there is one power and there is one essence. And if I speak my word for Maggie, I know that there is a movement in the vibrational field so that you listen to yourself, you understand yourself, you become aware of who you are, what you are, where you're heading, where you're going. And so that, excuse me, I was trying not to sneeze before I could feel it building up. I'm just going to blow my nose for a minute. Oh, I am a human today, that's for sure. Okay. Let's go back to the movement forward, because in the movement forward, you listen to your inner guidance. And in listening to your inner guidance, you're not confused. You're not worrying about anything because you're just at peace with yourself. And in that peacefulness, all is given. I give thanks in knowing this as Maggie moves forward into a new awareness of her own personal power and her personal peace. And so it is. Amen. Okay, Marianne. Okay, what do we got here? Good evening. These 3 numbers have been showing themselves to me all day, even in doubles. So I'm going to use them in the order they came to me. Another 6. I can't believe this. 6, 9, 5. Just as well I have fun, right? Oh, my goodness. We'll have to have a list. Maybe this is telling me I should talk about 6 on Wednesday. We'll see. You've got a 9 too, similar to in different order. And then you got 5. Oh my goodness. What are we going to do here? Okay. The whole thing with 6 is the element that happens in a confused state or mind. When you're trying to sort things out mentally, what happens sometimes, old philosophies, new philosophies, old awarenesses, new awareness can sometimes crash and get confused. It's like, I'm supposed to be doing this, but I really want to do that. Those kind of things. And what it says here with your 9 is the answer lies within you. We talk about personal power. Personal power is listening to you, not someone else, even me here. It's about listening to your inner core. But what happens sometimes is that we look externally for signs, for information, for awareness. And what ends up happening is like a Ferris wheel. We go back to the confusion. But the true element is that which is inside. The knowingness that you have inside is what you hold on to, no matter what anyone says, including me. You hold on to your knowingness and trust that you will know if you need to change. You will know what action you need to take. And in that knowingness, everything expands into wholeness. So I give thanks in knowing that Marianne has knowledge, awareness, strength, purpose to understand how to bring it all together so there's peace, not confusion, not wondering, but just a peace of knowing all things are there, all things available, all things are possible. Everything is there because it's inside. I give thanks in knowing that the inside knows, and so trust that no matter what, and move forward, for there is only light and love and understanding. And so I give thanks by saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Karen says thanks for inspiring and being helpful. Kayla says thank you for your insights. Maggie G says thank you, blessings. And guess what? We're right at 7:30. Oh, and Ella Stat says thank you as well. Thank you, my darlings. Also, good to have friends that come on and support me in all this, because today, I tell you, I was so busy in some respects, and some of it was so delightful and so exciting and so but then it was just like phone calls. A phone call I was trying to make, it then couldn't go through. There was just things happening, and then finally I got to lay down, but it was nice. So I'm going to pull this to a close by saying, I want you to have a great week. I want you to remember some of the words I have said. And also, maybe I've got some insight of what to talk about on Wednesday. We'll see. But the following week, it'll be the beginning of November. So it'll be reading day. That's going to be interesting. Now, I only read for North America. I don't read for the world. So that also, but it'll still be interesting. Lots of interesting things coming up. Lots of planning. Lots of things I'd like to do. I want to plan for them, and I can. When I can, I should say. So I'm going to give thanks by saying, you have a great evening. God bless you all. Remember you're loved no matter what. And Jerry Jason has come on saying good evening, Miss Norma. Thank you. You well, yes, enjoy your week. I will. Blessings to everybody and night for now. Okay.